YouTube. How y'all doing? All right, y'all. We're going to show y'all this right here. This is called the Go Wise USA electric pressure cooker. I'm telling you, y'all, this brand was out before Instapot, and this is a reputable and a good name brand. I'm not a label person. I'm not into the labels all the time because there is a lot of stuff that doesn't have a big name, and it's a good product as long as they use the right ingredients. And when I say that, I mean food, pots, clothes, labels. It is what it is, and then we know the difference between something that is not as potent, and that's the reason why it's considered as knockoff. But this right here, this is the bomb.com. It's exactly like the Instapot. So this is what it is. So I'm struggling in between if I want to keep this one because I got somebody in the family that's visiting that wants my Instapot. So I'm gonna probably end up giving them my Instapot and taking this one, long as it, you know, it's good, because to me it is. And what I do is, before I run out and get this stuff, I like to test it out. And I got so many different people that I work with that have different things like this, so I get a chance to see what it is. And this one right here is just as good as the Instapot. So let's get into it, John. Yeah, John's here, y'all.
Hey guys.
All right. So we're going to turn this thing up, and like I said before, I hope everybody's living their best life, because I know we all going through trials and tribulations, and our suffering ain't worse than what Christ gave up for us. Everything, life. So we got to roll with the punches. Oh, you want to show them the menu?
Yeah.
Okay. And yep, I'm going to flip through a few pages. Oh, it's got, oh, that's the front side to it, yes. Okay, and it shows you, I'm telling you, y'all, all y'all folks out here that like to cook, listen to me. You can't see the top part of the recipe. Yeah, just a few of those, you know, flip a few pages if you don't mind. Y'all, honey, I'm telling you, this is an extra set of hands. And I keep telling folks with these pots, and I'm not the first one coming out with this. These pots are all over the world on videos. But I'm telling you, y'all, you know how all of that stuff that we like to make, that like when you want to cook a, you know, pork shoulder. If you want to cook some dry beans and all that stuff that take hours and hours in the kitchen, in the oven, on top of the stove, this cuts the time in half. The food is tender and good. I haven't had anything that I cook that I can't make in here. You can even bake cakes, you can, you can stew, all of that type of stuff, and it cuts down the time, and it doesn't have to be watched. And this is not one of them pressure cookers that make all of that noise and it be wobbling all over the stove, which those were good. And if you were a professional cook in the kitchen and that's what it was out, that's what the happening thing was, you knew how to use one of those and be safe. And I had somebody make a comment, oh, that's gonna make a whole lot of noise, when I did the review of the Instapot. But the thing is, you didn't watch the video properly, because I told you that that wasn't one of them old ones that wobble all over the stove. And you made a, you know, a comment about it, and that showed me that you just whizzed right through the video. These things are good. The only thing is with this, just like anything hot, you know, when you release the pressure, what, you gonna stand over it with your glasses or with your face in it, or you gonna step back because you know hot steam. You could be cooking, just boiling some potatoes on the stove, and when you lift the pot up so you can maybe stick a fork in to see if the potatoes is tender, you're gonna back up from that steam. This is the same thing, but it's not that one that jump all over the stove. And believe me, I know how to use that. And we got one around here, and we do pull it out and use it, because it's a good thing to have, because sometimes you don't forget where you come from. All right, John, you can go ahead and get into it. I'm just running my mouth here just to keep some conversation going in the background so that folks can understand what's going on and what we're doing. And like I said, I got the Instapot, and now I got this one. And these are both, this and the Instapot are identical. This one is just the Go Wise, but it's identical to the Instapot, and it works just as good. And I got a family member down here that's eyeballing my Instapot, so I might end up giving them my Instapot. So I'll probably end up keeping this one, because this is just as good as the Instapot. This has been out just as long as the Instapot. I believe this one came out before the Instapot, and it's just as good, you know. And like I said before, you get what you can get, and you can afford what you can afford. And my old cooker, I'm going to clean it up real good, and I'm going to donate that so that somebody can buy it. It's not dogged out, because I don't, you know, donate stuff that's no good. So I'm going to clean that up, which I've already did anyway, because I had the Instapot. You know, because what I'm doing is I'm upgrading. Go ahead and keep doing what you're doing. I'm just talking so that the video won't be, you know, too silent. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so this is what I'm saying. And them old school pressure cookers, yes, that is old school, but I'm gonna tell you that's where it begun. And I keep trying to tell people too that what I look at, like, and no disrespect to anybody, because I do it in my home as well. If you walk in a house, whether it's husband, wife, aunt, uncle, you know, it doesn't matter who the family members are. You see husband, uncle, people are scattered, and most of the time somebody's on a computer, PlayStation, on their cell phone. And back in the day, I remember, because I traveled a lot of different places because I have a mixed background, whether it be Puerto Rico, Jamaica, down south. And back when I was going, you know, when I was little, from what I can remember, because I had a lot of medical stuff that occurred, and I've lost a lot of my memory, and everything hasn't came back yet, and it may not. Okay, that's the spoon, serving spoon, and the measuring cup, right? Mm-hmm. But we used to sit down. They didn't have no TVs or nothing. They finally got a radio. All the family would sit down in the what they call the living room in Jamaica, the front room, and listen and connect better than what we do now. Because less is more in a lot of areas, y'all. Okay, and that is the steaming rack. Okay. Just trying to keep some conversation going, y'all. But this is a different world that we're living in. Modern technology is good, but it's also designed to fail you in a lot of ways if you lose your connection with humans in your family and y'all don't get off the grid. Show that up there, babe. What you got there?
Instruction manual.
Okay, that's the instruction manual. Open up a few pages if you don't mind, just so they can get an idea. I'm sure videos like this is all around, but you know when you do yours, sometimes people see it for the first time on your video. Okay. It's the instruction manual to show you how to use it. Pretty much, this is an Instapot, y'all. Real talk. I'm just going to call it like that. Yeah, you know. See? It just shows you how to do it. But yeah, we are divided by PlayStations and stuff. And a lot of people put their kids, you know, let their kids do whatever they want. Back in the days, we used to be out, you know, you didn't get allowance from your parents. You got allowance from cutting, you know, the grass, or if you live somewhere where the snow, shoveling, babysitting, you were more connected with your siblings. Everybody was more together. That's why I always tell y'all that I go off the grid, because I never, you know, forget where I came from, and I had to crawl before I walked. And as a matter of fact, I was an early walker, because I was walking, you know, at a very young age. Okay, now that's the insert. See that one? That's what I'm talking about. That's the stainless steel, the same exact one that they have in the Instapot. And like I said before, the one that I have is aluminum. How many quarts is this here? Is this one 6 or 8 like the Instapot? But yeah, so I learned that. Yep, this is the 6-quart capacity, the same size as the Instapot, even though these come in bigger and smaller sizes. You see that? That's what I wanted, because I love the way stainless steel conducts heat. Even though my aluminum one works good, and I do use aluminum pans, stainless steel. And I like cast iron as well. Also my Spanish pots. I got a whole lot of different cookware that I like, but stainless steel is my thing. Now what's that right there? Is that the one, that's a steamer basket? Hold it up and show the little handles inside. The same thing as the Instapot. And I want to give a shout out to my sis, Miss Brazil, because she threw down and she did, somebody gave her a bundle of stackers that you can cook inside of the Instapot and pressure pots, and she prepared a whole delicious meal in that. And I want to give a shout out to her for throwing down. All right. Okay, and if you get a chance, bring it up close so they can get a look at the front, the stuff on the front. We can show the, yeah, show that first. Show how it's set up. Looks just like the Instapot, y'all. Yep, turn it inside out. All right, it looks just like the Instapot. And turn that back around one more time. That right there, point to that right there. That's where you release the steam. Any pot, anything you cook, it's going to be heat rising over you. So this is not like, oh, you're going to get burnt that one on the stove. The one on the stove, if you know how to use that right too, you ain't going to get burnt. But this is what I'm saying, and I'm specifically letting this one individual that got, you know, said something that was, you know, it wasn't the right kind of stuff. So that's how that worked, all right? And what about showing the front a little bit closer, the control panel that shows you how much similar it is to the Instapot. You see all of those on there? They got the rice, soup, multi-grain, porridge, steam, saute, delay, adjust, slow cook, egg maker, pressure cooker, pressure time, keep warm, soup, meat, stew, beans, chili, poultry. You can throw the whole kitchen sink in there, y'all, because this thing do what it do. I'm telling you, these pots right here, this has been out before the Instapot, and you know, it's just different companies. Just like you got, you know, different type, you got Jordans, and you know, you got other type of Adidas and sneakers like that. It's the same thing. All right. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that I had a olive oil pump that I showed in my last video, one of my last videos when I did, and it was no good, and I had to send that back. So I watched my sis, Miss Brazil, and she used this Pam sprayer. So I ended up finally getting me a Pam sprayer, but I want to get that EVO sprayer, but she's been using the Pam sprayer for quite a while, and I had to order me one because I couldn't find it nowhere where I traveled around out of town. And this is the Pam sprayer, and we use these mostly for our air fryers. And I mean, I like the olive oil by Pam, but that's not necessarily the, you know, the olive oil that I use. But what I need this for is because I cannot find the right spray pump, and I have to keep, you know, buying different ones and experimenting. And I decided that Misto one I had, it was terrible, y'all. You got to pump it. Then it was, and it's so weird too, because when I did the video, it was working fine. And then all of a sudden, you know, a couple of days, it started messing up, and I realized that it wasn't going good. That it wasn't going too good, so I had to get me something that works better, and I ended up grabbing this. But I think she, the last videos that I've seen her make, she said that the bottle is getting a little kind of flimsy, so I'm gonna give it a shot and run it for as long as I can. And I'm just gonna get the EVO sprayer, or hope somebody comes out with the idea of making the right kind of sprayer that you can use to spray oils on, especially when you're using your air fryers. If not, maybe I'll invent one myself. But this is what it is, y'all. And I got that from my lady, Miss Brazil. Y'all give her a shout out and check her out. I know she got plenty of people coming through, but you know I got to keep it real. All right, y'all. And I'm going to get ready to sign off, me and John. But this is what this is called. This is the Go Wise. This is the Go Wise. And this one right here, lift that up one more time for me, buddy. This is just as good. Actually, it's been out before Instapot, and this is the bomb.com, y'all. So I'm gonna be using this one in C2, and I got a family member that's after me for mine, so I'll probably end up, it doesn't matter, either one of the two is good for me. So, but they more into labels, so they thinking the Instapot is better, even though I'm showed that this one works just as good. But they, you know, so I might end up giving it up. And I just wanted to say thank everybody for their time. I appreciate everything, and y'all keep it moving and enjoy yourselves, and I'll see y'all later. All right, John.
I'll see you guys later.
All right, peace out. Bye-bye.